Hey you guys, it's Ratchet Gladiator fan here, just doing a quick overview of my video games collection. I'll be starting a new YouTube channel soon, so hopefully I'll have some good videos out there and you guys will enjoy them, and I'll get to learn a bit about you and you'll get to learn a bit about me. So the first game is Assassin's Creed. Not really much to say about it. It's not that good, it's not that bad. I'm not really a huge fan of the series, but you know, whatever you might be, I always found it too boring. The second is BioShock. I haven't really finished this, don't really like this style of game, but you know, it is a pretty good game if you like this sort of thing. I'm not a huge fan myself, but once again, it's just an opinion. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare Game of the Year Edition. I could never get into this one. It just seemed too hard, and it was too long to level up, and the graphics were bad. It's not really why I don't like it, but still, I could just never get into it. Fallout 3 for computer. I almost finished it, but then my profile chucked to spares and I couldn't, so I couldn't bother playing this game anymore. But I did start a walkthrough for it, but couldn't really bother finishing it because, you know, once again, this game's just too big and takes too long to do things and find your way around, so yeah. Far Cry 2, once again, another big game. I couldn't really be bothered finishing this either. I mean, it's a good game, but it just seems annoying, but everywhere you go you just get attacked by more and more dudes, and it just gets so frustrating after a while. Gears of War. This one's not really that good. The second one's a lot better, and I really prefer it as opposed to this. But I have finished this, and you know, the ending didn't leave me satisfied. It was just enough. So in the break I just cleaned up my drawer, and I forgot to mention that I also have Modern Warfare 2. This was pretty good, but if it was a toss-up between this and Black Ops, I'd say get Black Ops, because, you know, the amount of noob tubers and hackers in this is just nothing. Black Ops just is nothing in those areas compared to this, but this is, you know, it's still an interesting game, and if you can't afford Black Ops, then get this, because this is still good. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas for Xbox. Only picks up a few weeks ago, it took me months and months and months to find, and this is a great game. If you can pick this up, you can pick it up because it's just the best. It's way better than Grand Theft Auto 4, which I also have, and you know, it's just a lot more to do, and although the graphics and all the cutscenes and animations haven't aged well, it's still, you know, fun to play, and I don't think Rockstar making another GTA anytime soon, because they keep stonewalling with LA Noire and Red Dead and all that stuff. So like I said before, Grand Theft Auto 4, this is a pretty good game. Probably played like 200 or 300 hours of it, and you know, if you can pick it up cheap, get it. And although if you were tossing up between getting this and episodes in Liberty City Disc, I'd get the Liberty City Disc because it's just a lot more sort of the same game with a lot more fun stuff in it. But I have both the DLCs for this, and it's just fantastic. Halo Reach. Now I really hate Halo, but this, it was fun for a while, and I sort of, you know, keep going back to it every now and again. But you know, I just find Halo too plain. You know, you can't aim down sights, cook grenades, you know, the enemies are too strong and the weapons are too weak, but the story and the music is something that other shooters haven't been able to accomplish yet, so that's why I still play these games. Halo 3 Collector's Edition. Picked this up a few years ago. I did get into it for a while, but I found all the tools, like all the Forge and Theater, a bit frustrating, and you know, like I said before, I just don't like Halo that much. Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga, I'd just play that if like a little kid comes over. It's like my backup game. Mass Effect 1. Now this, I don't know what to think of this, because the story and that is pretty good, but the gameplay, at least on the Xbox, is really, you know, glitchy and buggy, and you know, if you die, you get set back too far unless you forget to save, which, because it's so compelling, you probably will. So I'd recommend either getting this on PC or getting Mass Effect 2 on PS3, so I can just use the comic. Now this is the best game I've ever played ever, and I'm not the only person with that opinion. The fact that it carries over your storylines from Mass Effect 1 is just amazing, and you know, the character interaction, the voice acting, and the graphics are all so goddamn good, and it even has an Aussie chick in there, which makes me happy. So if you haven't got this game, shame on you, go and get it right now. Mirror's Edge, another pretty good game, recommend you pick it up. Wish they'd hurry up and make a second one, but I don't think that'll happen anytime soon. So, you know, like, It's not going to last you all that long, but you can probably get it for about $20 AU and probably about 15 American. So if you can find it for that price, pick it up because it's really fun for a short while. Red Dead Redemption. Now I don't know, in comparison to GTA, I don't know what to think about this because the game or the story in that was still interesting, but some of the gameplay and graphics went up to GTA 4 standard. But then again, there's a lot more to do in this. The side missions are more interesting. You can get sidetracked a lot more easily without it being like boring sidetracking, if you know what I mean. And also have the Undead Nightmare for this, and it's pretty goddamn good. They recently had a sale on Xbox Live to get Undead Nightmare Collection for 1,000 points, and I picked up that and haven't looked back. It's just so good. Resident Evil 5. I've played about 150 hours of this. It's pretty good. I never played Resident Evil 4, so I don't know if it's better or worse than that, but it's still a pretty good game. I mean, you can probably get it, for $30 AU now, so if you can find it for that price, get it. Whoops, the Xbox Live Arcade thing that came with the arcade console that I have. The Force Unleashed, pretty average. I wouldn't recommend picking up either of them unless you really love Star Wars, or, it's just not that good. End War. This game's pretty interesting. You control everything with your voice or with a controller, and I just found there's too much to think about in some points, and it just got so frustrating sometimes. Hang on, slot you back in there. Rainbow Six Vegas. Pretty outdated, but for its time it was pretty good, And I mean, sometimes it's still fun, but everything just looks and feels so old, and the weapons reload slow, and it's pretty hard. I haven't been able to finish it at all. Splinter Cell Conviction. Once again, another short game, which most Ubisoft games seem to be these days. This is pretty good, but if you like, James Bond, pick up Bloodstone instead. I mean, it might not be as good as this, but this is just sort of, not your typical Splinter Cell game. If you got attached to that, you're not gonna like this at all. Splinter Cell Conviction pre-order pack of the comic and all that. Wolfenstein on PC. Haven't been able to get into this probably because it's on PC, and I'm just so used after like 10 years of playing on, like video game controllers. I'm not used to this. So, this is a pretty good game. Probably not as like big or gonna last you as long as Call of Duty or something like that, but it's still pretty good. Moving on to the PS3, I have Batman Arkham Asylum. This game was pretty good, but it just seemed to be too much running around and not enough fighting people, and then a lot of times, this is just me, I just get lost and have no idea where to go, but you can pick it up pretty cheap, so I'd do that. Call of Duty Black Ops. This is pretty good, probably better than Modern Warfare 2, and like the story isn't, like the story mode isn't, well, it's better than Modern Warfare 2, but in terms of music, Modern Warfare 2 trumps it, and it really sets the emotion better than this. I mean, neither of them set the emotion really well, but still. And the multiplayer will keep you going for hours and hours and hours, if not days on end, so this is pretty good to pick up. God of War 3 Collector's Edition. Oh my god, this game is just the best. It's probably one of my probably my top 5 favourite games of all time. The graphics are good, the gameplay is good, and normally I don't like this sort of hack and slash repetitive button mashing games, but something about this just works so well, and it's just amazing in terms of scale and everything. Ratchet & Clank Future: A Crack in Time. This is probably one of the better Ratchet & Clanks. I just have a problem with this mission that I'm stuck on. We've only had this game for a couple months now. Not even that, got it like at the start of January. And I had a couple of problems with this mission where we got to fight like 2 Hydra tanks, they don't give you enough ammo, and I'm just stuck there. Ratchet & Clank Tools of Destruction. Now this, I'm having the same problem with this, it's just too hard. I mean, it's not that I'm out of practice with Ratchet & Clank, because going back and playing, the PS2 titles with my cousins, they were just so much easier than this. I mean, that's not a complaint, it just sometimes overwhelms you if you die how far back it sends you. Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. This game is pretty goddamn good. You can obviously tell the influence between Jak and Daxter, but sometimes I just sound like the enemies were just like not grenade storms, but just grenade cyclones. It was just insane, and you know, you jump out and just get one shot killed even on easy. But you know, between this and Jak and Daxter, I prefer Jak and Daxter, but this is still pretty good. If you have a PS3, definitely get this. And that's all. I've got a lot of the Sims games and stuff, but none of them are worth mentioning, so that's pretty much my games collection. Of all the ones I'd recommend Mass Effect 2, Red Dead Redemption, Call of Duty Black Ops, God of War 3, the Ratchet and Clank A Crack in Time, and Uncharted 2, and maybe Halo Reach if you like that sort of thing. Definitely San Andreas, and definitely Grand Theft Auto 4. So that's just my games collection, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I'm sorry if I found it awful, but sorry if I sounded awful, sorry, I'm just sick at the moment. That's why I got days off school and stuff like that. So I'll see you guys later.